Captain Leo Hayes stood at the observation window of the spaceship Endeavour, staring out into the vastness of space. The twinkling stars glimmered like jewels scattered across velvet. But today, his focus was on something far more significant. In less than an hour, they would make first contact with the Intergalactic Coalition on Farnock, an alien world that promised to change everything. Leo adjusted his crisp uniform, feeling the weight of history on his shoulders. The Federation had been preparing for this moment for decades, but as he stared out at the swirling clouds of blue and green, butterflies danced in his stomach. "Hey, Captain!" shouted a familiar voice. Turning, Leo saw his friend and chief engineer, Sam Reynolds, striding toward him. Sam had always been the jokester, and his infectious energy was a welcome distraction. "You ready to dazzle the aliens with your charming personality?" "Sure, if by charming you mean awkward," Leo replied, chuckling. "You know I've never been good at these formal settings." "Just don't trip over your own words," Sam teased, nudging him playfully. "The last thing we need is for the future of humanity to be a laughingstock." "Thanks for the vote of confidence," Leo retorted, rolling his eyes. As the Endeavour approached Farnock, the ship's systems glowed in sync with the breathtaking scenery outside. The landscape below was dotted with bioluminescent trees that shimmered like stars against the night. "It's beautiful," Leo breathed, a sense of wonder washing over him. "It really is. Let's hope they are too," Sam joked, winking. Soon, they landed on a grand platform bustling with energy. Representatives from various alien species were already gathered, their vibrant colors and intricate features a stunning contrast to the humans. Leo stepped down the ramp, trying to compose himself amidst the whirlwind of excitement and nerves. "Stay sharp, Leo. Remember, it's an important moment," Sam whispered, giving him a reassuring pat on the back. As they walked into the assembly area, the tension in the air buzzed. Leo glanced around, taking in the diverse assembly of life forms. Glinting eyes watched him with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. Among them, one figure stood out, a tall, graciously elegant female with skin that shimmered in shades of blue and gold. "Greetings, humans," she said, her voice melodic and firm. "I am Zara, representative of the Aerolan species. Welcome to Farnock." Leo's breath hitched slightly. "Captain Leo Hayes, at your service," he replied, offering a formal nod. "We're honored to be here." Zara's shimmering skin shifted, her hues reflecting amusement. "Honored? Fascinating. Many in the Coalition regard emotions as an illogical construct. Emotions have driven us to explore the stars," Leo countered, intrigued by her perspective. "They're part of what makes us human." Zara tilted her head, intrigued. "You would risk your lives for feelings?" "Yes," Leo replied, his conviction firm. "Love, friendship, even the desire for understanding. They guide us." "Charming," she mused, her eyes sparkling. "Do you believe this love strengthens your kind, or weakens them?" "Depends on the situation, I suppose," Leo said, a smile creeping onto his face. "But I believe it mostly brings us together." Despite the logical barriers between them, Leo felt a connection spark. It was irrational, yet invigorating. Before he could continue, Sam interrupted. "Excuse me, but may I ask, do your people have a custom for greeting? A handshake? A hug?" Zara raised a curious eyebrow. "Touch is often seen as too intimate among my people. We acknowledge without contact." "Oh, come on," Sam exclaimed, laughter bubbling. "You've never hugged anyone? That's pretty sad." Zara regarded him thoughtfully. "Sad? Or simply different?" "Different's just another word for sad when it comes to hugs," Sam replied playfully. "Captain, you should show her." No, Leo started, but Sam had already sidled up to Zara, arms wide open. "May I?" he asked, eyes glinting mischievously. Zara hesitated before stepping back. "That would be inappropriate," she said, a mixture of intrigue and discomfort in her tone. Leo shot Sam a warning look but couldn't help chuckling at his friend's exuberance. "He's well-meaning, I assure you," Leo said to Zara. "We're a bit touchy-feely, especially under stress." Zara's eyes sparkled as she considered this. "Is that how you build connections, with tactile contact?" "Most of the time, yeah," Leo confirmed, trying to suppress his amusement at Sam's antics. "But our words and intentions matter too. Just then, a nearby alien species with floral appendages announced its presence, redirecting attention. The meeting was about to start, but Leo felt Zara's lingering gaze on him. As their eyes met, a silent understanding blossomed, shifting through the air. The meeting progressed with discussions about trade, cultural exchanges, and potential alliances. Throughout the lengthy dialogue, Leo couldn't shake the feeling that Zara was watching him, her expressions shifting gracefully in response to his words and actions. As the gathering broke up, Zara approached Leo once more, slightly blushing in the alien way she manifested emotions. "You speak passionately, Captain. I find it intriguing." "Passion drives everything I do," Leo replied, stepping closer and looking straight into her shimmering eyes. "I want us to understand each other, whether through speech or other means." "Other means," she echoed, tilting her head. "Like hugs," Sam interjected, snickering in the background. Zara stumbled over her own thoughts, her changing hues revealing flutters of surprise. "Don't mind him," Leo laughed, shaking his head. "But really, how do you connect if you don't allow any physical contact?" "Connection is not always physical," Zara replied, a hint of defiance in her tone. "It can be found in dialogue, in the exchange of ideas." Leo pondered that for a moment. True, but sometimes a simple hug carries more weight than 1,000 words. Zara's eyes glimmered with intelligence. "Perhaps I need to consider human custom," she said softly, "to explore what connection means beyond mere logic." With that, something shifted between them, an electric current of possibility. As Leo smiled at her, the future felt vibrant with potential, and for the first time, the idea of love didn't seem so illogical after all. Chapter 2, An Unlikely Bond. The crisp air of Farnak caressed Leo's skin as he stood outside the research lab where he and Zara had agreed to meet for their next collaboration. He scanned the surrounding landscape filled with towering bioluminescent trees, their colors shifting gracefully. Each hue reflected their environment, a stark contrast to the typical concrete jungles of Earth. "Captain Hayes," a voice called, breaking his reverie. He turned to see Zara gliding toward him, her radiant form catching the sunlight. "I hope I'm not late." "Not at all," Leo replied, smiling. "I was just getting lost in the scenery." "It's mesmerizing." "Mesmerizing," she echoed, a playful glint in her eye. Such a human term. For us, beauty is more functional. These trees emit light to attract pollinators. Right, but they're still beautiful. Can't we appreciate something just for how it looks? Leo gestured to a nearby luminous flower swaying gently in the breeze. "I suppose so," Zara conceded, her skin shifting to a deeper shade of blue. "But I find it hard to comprehend how utility and emotion can coexist." "Maybe I can help with that," Leo suggested, nudging her playfully. "Let's explore this together through the lens of our cultures. What brings joy to you?" Zara paused, seemingly lost in thought. "Joy is a rarity for my species. We aim to prioritize logic, not fleeting happiness. But perhaps if I must, I can recount a moment." "Please do," Leo urged, leaning in with interest. "It was during a festival," she began, her tone softening. "A celebration of the changing seasons. We gather and, while we do not embrace, we share energy through song and dance. The harmony transcends individual experiences. It is as if we blend into one." "See? That sounds beautiful," Leo encouraged. "You do have emotions, even if you express them differently." Zara smiled at him, a flicker of warmth in her gaze. "And what of your kind, Captain? Is it purely emotional?" "It's complicated," Leo replied with a chuckle. "When we feel joy, it often mixes with love, friendship, and sometimes even sadness. They're interconnected." Zara's eyes glimmered with curiosity. "Interconnected. Imagine this," Leo said, motioning with his hands. "You feel joy when you're with friends. You feel love when you lose someone. Those feelings can fuse and create something deeper. It's chaotic, but that's life." Zara nodded slowly, absorbed in his explanation. "Chaos does seem intriguing. Could you allow me to experience this chaos?" Leo's heart raced, and he took a step closer. "I'd love to share more with you. But first, how do we do that without getting too intense? Let's start with something simple. What did you have in mind?" "How about a walk through the gardens?" he suggested. "We can immerse ourselves in the sights and see how it changes the way we feel." "Lead the way," she said, falling into step beside him. As they walked through the gardens, vibrant colors swirled around them. Leo pointed out various flora, sharing anecdotes from Earth, making her laugh when he attempted to imitate a melodramatic Shakespearean line. "To be or not to be," he exclaimed, striking a pose. Zara's laughter was like music. Why do you exaggerate so much? She asked, amusement dancing in her eyes. Because life is too short to take seriously all the time, Leo responded, smirking. You should try it sometime. They wandered through winding pathways, surrounded by trees that whispered secrets in the gentle breeze. Zara's cheeks glowed with the enchanting light of Farnak as she played with the pulsating colors around them. Naturally, I'm curious about the concept of hugs, Zara ventured as they came upon a calming pond that mirrored the skies above. Curious? I thought it was too intimate, Leo teased. Zara rolled her eyes, a mock seriousness coming over her. Do you want me to hug you? Is that what you're suggesting? Maybe just to see how it feels. I promise not to bite. With a half smile, Zara stepped toward him, her intent clear in her eyes. Very well, but only because I wish to understand. As she approached, Leo felt a tingle of anticipation. All right, here goes nothing. She enveloped him in an unexpected embrace, and for a moment the air around them seemed to hum with energy. Her vibrant hues warmed, intertwining with the soft glow of the surrounding landscape. Leo held her gently, savoring the moment while trying to disguise his exhilaration. Wow, Zara breathed, stepping back a bit. That felt different. Different good or different strange? Leo asked, appreciating her newfound reaction. Both, she admitted, her skin shifting to a pleasing shade of lavender. Your kind does this regularly? Yep. It's like sharing a moment without needing words, Leo explained, still processing the warmth that lingered where they had touched. It's comforting. I find it perplexing, Zara replied, her brow furrowing. Yet intriguing. Logically, it should not work, but I felt something, an energy. What do you call that? Connection, Leo stated simply. It's what we seek in life, even in simple moments. Zara regarded him thoughtfully. The way you express connection is enticing. It makes me want to explore this emotion more. Ready for another hug? Leo grinned. Perhaps one more, she conceded, stepping back into his embrace, this time with a bit more confidence. As they parted, they both lingered in the fleeting warmth. See? Not so awkward, right? Leo said, smiling broadly. Perhaps there's wisdom in your ways, Captain Hayes, Zara remarked, a playful note in her voice. I'll take that as a win, he replied, feeling an unexpected sense of accomplishment. They sat on the edge of the pond, watching the ripples shimmer at the surface. Tell me, Leo, what do humans do for fun? She asked, genuine curiosity radiating from her. Oh, we have lots of activities. Leo replied, leaning back. Movies, sports, music. Sometimes we just sit around and share stories. Like this. Sharing stories? Zara repeated, intrigued. Perhaps you could tell me one. Sure. Here's one about a hero who had to choose between saving a village or his own people. It taught him that the strength of community lies in the bonds we form beyond logic, Leo narrated, animatedly using his hands. Fascinating, Zara said, absorbed in his tale. Is it truly about sacrifice? Absolutely. It shows how emotions shape actions and connect us. Zara's eyes gleamed. Perhaps I need to begin telling stories of my people. It seems a way to understand each other better. I'd love to hear them, Leo encouraged, feeling an undeniable bond growing stronger. You have no idea how much I want to learn about your world. As they continued their conversation, Leo stole glances at Zara, each moment igniting curiosity and anticipation. Perhaps it wasn't just the connection he felt, but a budding relationship that was as intricate and unpredictable as the universe itself. Do you think your people will ever understand the complexity of love? Zara asked softly, her voice barely above a whisper. I think they're starting to, Leo replied, meeting her gaze. And I believe we're both on a journey to understand what we're capable of. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Zara gently touched Leo's arm. Then let us continue this journey together, human. Her touch sent sparks through him, leaving him both exhilarated and curious about what lay ahead. In that moment, Leo realized that this was just the beginning of a partnership that could transcend worlds. Chapter 3: Understanding Differences. The days passed swiftly on Farnak, each moment expanding the bond between Leo and Zara. Inside the research lab, they worked side by side, surrounded by colorful flora and alien technology. Today, they were tasked with examining a unique plant that possessed crystalline properties. Leo marveled at its glow while Zara documented its characteristics with methodical precision. This plant can withstand extreme temperatures and still thrive, Leo noted, gesturing toward the vibrant leaves. It's like it has a built-in shield. Yes, but what is its purpose in your world? Zara inquired, tilting her head. You mentioned defense as if it is a virtue. It can be, Leo replied, glancing at her. But in nature, it's more about survival. We protect what we cherish, and sometimes that means enduring harsh conditions. Zara raised an eyebrow. Is that how your people view emotions? Exactly, Leo exclaimed, his excitement bubbling over. We protect our loved ones as fiercely as nature protects its own. Emotions can be beautiful, but they can also bring pain. It's messy. Messy seems inefficient, Zara said, her forehead creasing in thought. It clouds judgment. Or it adds depth, Leo countered. Like a painting bursting with colors. What's the fun in life without a bit of chaos? Zara considered his words. Chaos is perhaps a more interesting perspective. Glad to hear that, Leo said, grinning. Want to see some human chaos in action? I have an idea. Let's have a friendly competition. What sort of competition? She asked, curiosity piqued. You'll see, he replied, a mischievous smile on his face. But first, let's finish with the plant examination. Once their work was complete, Leo led Zara outside to a clearing filled with lush, multicolored grass. Welcome to the arena of human chaos, he proclaimed dramatically. Very well, she said, amused. What are the rules? Simple. We'll take turns throwing these. Leo held up a handful of bioluminescent orbs. And whoever knocks down the most targets wins. Zara's eyes widened. Are they safe? Absolutely. Just a bit of light and fun. Light and fun, is it? Zara murmured, crossing her arms with feigned seriousness. Very human indeed. They set up targets made of tree stumps adorned with shimmering vines. After a brief demonstration, it was Zara's turn. She picked up an orb and took aim, her posture allowing her natural grace to shine through. The orb sailed through the air, colliding with a target and exploding in a cascade of light. Impressive! Leo clapped, excitement surging. Now it's my turn. He carefully aimed, chucking his orb with enthusiasm, successfully knocking down a target and sending vibrant colors splashing into the air. They took turns, the atmosphere around them buzzing with laughter and friendly competition. You have a knack for this, Captain, Zara teased as Leo celebrated a point. Just a slight advantage of being human, Leo shot back, grinning. But you're really getting the hang of it. As they continued throwing orbs, the line between competition and camaraderie blurred into something enjoyable. They pushed one another to do better, each toss accompanied by laughter and light-hearted banter. Maybe we should do this regularly, Zara suggested, her smile growing. It allows us to connect beyond science and logic. Agreed, Leo replied, pride swelling in his chest. You're adapting. I knew you had it in you. Emotional chaos 101, right here. Zara's laughter rang through the air, rich and vibrant. Perhaps chaos isn't so bad. But can emotions mess with decision-making? To an extent, yes, Leo said, shrugging. But sometimes the best decisions come from the heart. Take a risk, feel something, you know? That's part of living fully. Zara paused, contemplative. But what if those emotions lead to bad decisions? How do you guide yourself? That's where trust comes in, Leo replied, moving closer, sensing the weight of her question. You trust your instincts but listen to your friends. It's a team effort. Trust, Zara repeated, her eyes narrowing as if she were unraveling a mystery. That's a word I understand. We place great importance on it within the coalition. Exactly, Leo exclaimed. It binds communities. If you can trust me, it changes the foundation of our relationship. Indeed, Zara said softly, her expression turning serious. But can you trust an alien with such differing views? We're learning from one another, Leo replied earnestly. And as long as we're willing to try, I believe we can understand each other. Zara nodded, her expression thoughtful. Then let us hold on to this trust, even if it means accepting that we may differ. With that, they resumed their game, laughter echoing among the trees as they threw orbs back and forth, shaping an unspoken promise that transcended their differences. Later, after a close match that Leo ultimately won, they collapsed on the grass, panting with laughter. You're the reigning champion of chaos, it seems, Zara teased, leaning back against the ground. Don't worry, I'll teach you my champion's secrets one day, Leo replied, playfully nudging her. Speaking of secrets, Zara began, her voice shifting to a more serious note. I have been meaning to ask you about something personal. Sure, ask away, Leo encouraged, shifting to sit upright and face her. How does your species handle loss, she asked. Memories, sharing stories, and celebrating their lives. Zara's skin dimmed slightly, reflecting her empathy. Do you find it easier to mourn together? Absolutely. Sharing the weight makes it lighter, Leo said. That's how we build resilience even in the face of sorrow. And here's the thing, grief isn't linear, it's messy like everything else. Zara sighed, seeming to process these emotions. It sounds so human. Which makes it meaningful, Leo said softly. And if we face it head-on, we grow stronger. Emotions guide us even when they're uncomfortable. Such complexity, Zara murmured, her thoughts clearly racing. Can I ask you more about your experiences? I want to understand better. Of course. I'm here to share, Leo replied, relocating closer to her side. Ask me anything. Tell me about a time you faced loss, Zara requested, her voice steady yet tinged with curiosity. Leo hesitated for a moment but decided to open up. After I enlisted, I lost a close friend during a mission. He had a quick wit, always found humor in everything. Losing him was like losing part of myself. Zara's expression softened. How did you cope? It was rough. My family supported me and I shared stories about him with my comrades. We celebrated his quirks, his laugh, Leo explained. That way he lived on through our memories. It didn't erase the pain, but it helped to ease it. Zara looked at him thoughtfully, her hues swirling in contemplative colors. This process of shared remembrance sounds painfully beautiful. Right? It's how we honor those we love, Leo said, his voice warm. As they sat wrapped in the conversation, Zara's gaze remained locked on Leo, intrigued by the honesty of his experiences. Their connection felt palpable, a bridge spanning the cultural gap between them. As if sensing the depth in the air, Leo smiled gently. And know this, I appreciate you asking. It shows trust. Trust is something I value greatly, Zara admitted, a soft smile breaking through her previously serious demeanor. It allows for vulnerability, a concept I am learning to embrace. Leo felt his heart race at her admission. We'll keep learning from each other, he declared, his voice steady. A comfortable silence ensued, enveloping them in an understanding that felt new yet familiar. Through sharing stories and lessons, Leo and Zara found newfound clarity in their differences. A friendship blossoming amidst the chaos of emotions and experiences. With trust guiding them, they would explore whatever challenges lay ahead. Together. Chapter 4. The Coalition's Dilemma. The atmosphere inside the council chamber was tense as delegations from countless alien species assembled. Each faction carried their distinct energies, some vibrant and chaotic, while others were more subdued and precise. Leo sat near the front with Zara, feeling a mix of anticipation and anxiety. We're prepared for this, right? Leo asked Zara quietly, glancing around at the various representatives. Prepared in theory, yes, she replied, her skin shifting nervously from blue to a deeper hue. But the coalition is divided on how to incorporate humanity into our discussions. Some see your species as unpredictable. Unpredictable? I thought we were making progress, Leo said, worried. Do they really think we're a threat? Zara turned to face him, her eyes steady. It's not that simple. Emotion clouds judgment, as I mentioned before. They fear that emotional connections will sway decisions, potentially leading to conflict. We're not here for that. We want peace, collaboration. Leo exclaimed, understanding her concerns but frustrated nonetheless. We've built something meaningful here, haven't we? Indeed, Zara said softly, taking a breath. But convincing them will take more than mere words. As the council began, various leaders took turns speaking, their voices layered with authority and skepticism. Leo shifted in his seat, trying to focus. One particular leader, a tall figure with scales that gleamed in the light, cast disapproving glances toward Leo. The humans represent chaos. Emotions cloud their judgment. The leader stated firmly, we cannot trust a species that values feelings over logic. Zara's skin flickered in shades of displeasure. With all due respect, Ambassador Creel, logic is not the only measure of effectiveness. Humanity's passion has propelled them to innovate and build alliances. Passion is merely a fleeting flame, Creel countered, crossing his arms, his eyes narrowing. What guarantees do we have that the humans will not act impulsively during critical moments? Leo felt a chill. With all due respect, Ambassador, actions speak louder than words. We want to work together. I'm here to prove that. Creel scoffed, dismissing Leo with a wave of his hand. Zara placed a gentle hand on Leo's arm, grounding him. Very well. Tensions must be diffused. Perhaps we can demonstrate our unity through a task. What did you have in mind? Leo asked, intrigued but wary. Zara turned to the chamber, raising her voice. Let's organize a collaborative project, something tangible that necessitates cooperation among our species. And what form would this project take? Creel asked, skepticism still apparent in his tone. Leo thought for a moment. How about a cultural exchange? A festival? We could showcase our art, our stories, celebrate what makes us unique while building friendships. Murmurs of interest rippled through the crowd. Zara seized the opportunity. Yes. A festival would highlight our strengths and allow for the exchange of traditions, fostering understanding. Creel remained stoic, but others began to nod in agreement. This could be an interesting experiment in collaboration, one delegate from a small, furry species noted. Very well, Creel said reluctantly, glancing between Leo and Zara. But it will not erase the concerns many have regarding the human nature. Then let's address those concerns through action. Leo responded. Invite different delegates to join us in planning. The festival will be an opportunity for bonding and laying fears to rest. As discussions continued, Zara and Leo became a united front, presenting ideas and garnering support from various representatives. The atmosphere shifted slowly, the complexity of their relationship with all species becoming a focal point of discussion. After the council meeting, Zara and Leo walked through the grand halls, hearts racing from the intensity of the assembly. Did you see that? Zara said eagerly. They're starting to warm up. Maybe, Leo replied cautiously, still reflecting on Creel's harsh dismissal. But we still have a long way to go. True, Zara said, her expression serious. But you were incredible in there, assertive and inspiring. It made me proud to be by your side. Thanks, but I think that was a team effort, Leo said, glancing sideways at her. So where do we start with the festival planning? Let's gather the committee from different species. We'll need creative input from all sides, Zara suggested. I can facilitate the contact with the other delegates. Great. I'll handle the logistics, Leo replied, rushing forward with excitement. Let's make it a festival to remember. As they connected with various representatives, the energy in the air transformed. Ideas flowed, laughter echoed, and a sense of camaraderie began to take root. The project unfolded like a tapestry, blooming with diversity as each species contributed something unique. Days turned into weeks as they coordinated efforts. Zara explored human traditions while Leo learned about the Erlen's intricate rituals. One afternoon, while discussing the festival's music, Leo had an idea. How about we combine our styles? Create a collaborative performance. What would that entail? Zara asked, her brow furrowing in curiosity. I could bring in some traditional earth instruments, and maybe you could introduce me to your music. We can create a mixed ensemble and offer something original, he suggested. Zara's excitement mirrored his. Yes, that could work beautifully. The merging of our sounds, our cultures, will represent the essence of this festival. I can't wait to hear your music, Leo said, feeling a growing thrill at the thought. As they prepared for the festival, more moments of connection blossomed between them. One evening, while brainstorming ideas, Leo sensed the tension in Zara's posture as they organized the hay bales for seating. Is everything all right? He asked, glancing over at her. I fear that some members of the coalition do not see the value in my participation, she admitted, frustration bubbling beneath the surface. They think of my role as diluted, a mere representative of emotions. Don't let them get to you, Leo said gently, crossing the distance to reassure her. Your voice has started meaningful conversations, Zara. You're a vital part of this. Beneath his touch, Zara's skin transformed to a soft pink. Thank you, Leo. Your faith in me means a lot. It is just new territory. Trust me, we're in this together. If they doubt you, they doubt me. And that's not happening, he said firmly. She smiled warmly and they shared a moment of silent understanding. Then let us ensure this festival encapsulates both of our visions, Zara said, her confidence renewed. As the festival day approached, excitement electrified the air. Representatives mingled, discussing their contributions, and Leo and Zara worked tirelessly to integrate the many elements. The event transformed into an explosion of colors and sounds, offering glimpses into diverse cultures. On the day of the festival, the open field filled with multi-hued flags that danced in the wind. Leo beamed with pride as he stood amongst the colorful displays, laughter echoing all around them. They had done it. There are so many species here, Zara said, her eyes sparkling. Isn't it amazing? Leo replied, filled with joy. This is what I was hoping for, a true celebration of diversity. As people explored booths filled with art, food, and music, Leo sensed a tangible shift in attitudes. Conversations flowed freely and laughter filled the air. They wandered through the maze of festivities, occasionally enjoying a performance or tasting alien delicacies. Later in the day, the combined musical group took the stage, Leo standing with Zara beside him as they prepared to perform. They glanced at one another, a shared determination in their gaze. "Ready?" Leo asked, his heart pounding with excitement. "Ready," Zara confirmed, her resolve steadfast. As the music began, Leo felt a rush of exhilaration wash over him. Their unique sounds intertwined, blending into something entirely new. The audience swayed and clapped along, captivated by the harmony. When the set concluded, a round of applause erupted and Leo caught Zara's eye, their shared smile radiating joy. In that moment, he felt the celebration extend beyond the festival. It took root in their hearts, drawing both humans and aliens into a new web of understanding and partnership. With trust forged and a brighter future on the horizon, Leo took Zara's hand, their fingers intertwining as they prepared to face any obstacles ahead together. Chapter 5, A New Horizon. The festival had ended, but the energy remained electrifying in the air. Leo stood amidst the remnants of colorful decorations fluttering in the breeze. He watched as delegates packed up booths, reluctantly parting from the joyous atmosphere. The laughter and music still echoed in his mind, a melody he hoped would linger much longer. "Look at them," Zara said, her gaze sweeping over the crowd. "Can you see how connected they are?" Leo smiled, nodding. "It's incredible, right? We did this together." Zara turned to him, her skin shifting hues, a beautiful combination of gold and violet. "You were right when you said emotions could foster unity. I never imagined the impact." "Neither did I," Leo replied, feeling a swell of pride. "We managed to come together despite our differences. It's something special. Perhaps we should take this experience as a learning point for the future," Zara suggested, a hint of excitement in her voice. "Definitely. We should build on it. Maybe regular exchanges between cultures," Leo proposed, beginning to brainstorm. "Or perhaps ongoing collaborations in science and technology," Zara added, enthusiasm shining in her eyes. "Mutual projects that blend our knowledge could lead to significant advancements." Leo felt his pulse quicken. "Yes. Working together can amplify our strengths. Imagine the tech we could create, a fusion of our worlds." As they discussed ideas, the remnants of the festival slowly dwindled, delegates departing with smiles and exchanges of contact information. The atmosphere transformed from chaos to a gentle serenity, the sun setting and casting rays of orange and pink across the horizon. "Before they leave, let's gather everyone for one final discussion," Zara suggested, determination in her voice. "We can set the groundwork for future collaborations." "I'm on it," Leo replied, leading the way back to the central gathering spot. Once there, Leo cleared his throat to catch everyone's attention. "Excuse me. May I have your attention, please?" He called out, his voice ringing with optimism. The crowd gradually settled, faces turning toward him. "Thank you for joining us in this moment. Today has been a testament to what we can accomplish together. Each of you brought unique pieces to this festival, showcasing not just your culture, but your willingness to connect." Zara stepped beside him, her presence steadying. "As you've witnessed, differences can spark extraordinary ideas. We do not merely coexist, we can thrive together." Leo locked eyes with Zara, feeling a connection that transcended words. "We're proposing that we continue this momentum. Let's establish regular collaboration across our civilizations, cultural exchanges, joint scientific projects, and artistic endeavors. You will find that this partnership will enrich our species," Zara added, her voice resonant. "Together, we can achieve what we could never accomplish alone." Legata, a representative from a species known for their architectural marvels, raised a hand. "What kinds of projects do you envision? Can we gather committees to explore ideas?" "Absolutely," Leo responded, invigorated by Legata's enthusiasm. "Zara and I can coordinate initial meetings, and from there, each species can brainstorm together. We'll create proposals that will best benefit our collaborative goals." The delegates began to murmur among themselves, the excitement palpable. "Count me in," piped up a small, furry creature named Binal, whose species was known for their ability to communicate through sound. "I'll rally my people for a musical exchange. We do rhythm well." "We could arrange joint research on environmental preservation," offered Creel, the skeptical ambassador from earlier. "That's something all species could benefit from." Leo couldn't help but smile. "Exactly. Let's lean into our strengths. This is an opportunity for us to learn and to protect our shared environment." Zara stepped back slightly, her eyes scanning the room. "Let's aim to have our first round of meetings sorted by next month. We can utilize the festival day as an annual reminder of our commitment. As the delegates agreed to Zara's timeline, Leo felt an unexpected wave of hopefulness wash over him. Exactly, he echoed, excitement growing. We can return not just as representatives, but as friends. After the meeting, as groups mingled and exchanged contact information, Leo found Zara standing at the edge, observing the interactions among the species. He approached her. "What are you thinking?" Leo asked, his curiosity piqued. "I'm contemplating the path we've just set," Zara replied thoughtfully, her skin swirling in shades of lavender. "What began as concerns transformed into collaboration through our shared experiences." "Yup. Who would have thought we could all come together over some bioluminescent orbs and music?" Leo chuckled, remembering their playful competition. Zara laughed softly, looking at him with warmth. "Your ability to connect these dots is impressive, Leo. I wondered if we would ever see this level of communication." "It's mutual. You pushed us to explore emotions, and that's what brought us here," he said, sincerity lacing his words. "You've been a force for change." Her gaze softened. "I couldn't have done it without your encouragement. You made it easy." Leo moved a step closer. "I hope we can continue this journey in both professional and personal ways." A blush swept across Zara's shimmering skin, drawing Leo's attention. "Yes, personal." Seeing the intensity in her eyes, he grew bolder. "I care for you, Zara, in ways I hadn't expected. Am I allowed to reciprocate these feelings?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper, her gaze locked onto his, heavy with emotion. "You are definitely allowed," Leo replied, sincerity pouring from him as he reached for her hand. Feeling the warmth in their touch, she took a moment, processing the uncharted territory before her. "This connection feels refreshing. I've long suppressed emotions that clouded my logic. Sometimes, emotions can guide us to clarity," he said softly. "Trust me, it's worth it." She looked down, letting her fingers intertwine with his. "Let's explore this connection further together." As they stood holding hands, Leo felt a depth of possibility swell within him. It was a venture into unknown territory, yet it felt entirely right. They were united not only as representatives of their worlds, but as individuals exploring emotions, fostering a bond that could ripple across galaxies. "I'm looking forward to what lies ahead," Leo said, his voice steady as he gazed into her radiant eyes. "Me too," Zara replied, strength flooding her tone. "We will navigate this together." With a sense of excitement and determination, they stepped back into the lively crowd, ready to embrace not only the partnership of their civilizations but also the burgeoning relationship that could flourish beyond expectations. Together, they set their sights toward a bright future, eager to explore the interwoven paths of love, collaboration, and the unknown.